And we have a double whammy today. We have straight out of Brooklyn, retired NYPD Detective Phil Grimaldi. Welcome, Phil.
Thank you for having me, Billy.
I think that we, and not to pat ourselves on the back, but I think we called this pretty well yesterday, and in under the whole breadth and width of this investigation, we predicted they were going to have him very, very soon. We're hearing calls from a lot of the talking heads. Oh, he's a professional. No, he's not. He's not a professional. All right. But people want to hear stuff like that. They want to hear talking heads say, yes, he's a retired Navy SEAL. No, he was nothing like that. He's a 22-year-old college dropout who happens to be the son of a 27-year veteran sheriff. Just, absolutely horrific. But because of things like this, we're able to use the investigative steps, the investigative resources, and in a very short period of time, have this person in custody. Tyler Robinson, age 22. Mike, your thoughts on the investigation?
Bill, it was quick. They did a thorough job. They had you had the local PD, you had the FBI, and you had the Utah State Police. They all jumped on this right away, and they coordinated their efforts really quickly. Within 24 hours, we knew a whole heck of a lot of information about it. The FBI had a lot more than they were willing to talk about. They hinted at it, and here we are. He was Charlie Kirk was killed in early Wednesday, and here it is Friday. We're talking about the arrest. They did a fantastic job, and his family did the right thing by also helping with this case tremendously. But this was an excellent, well-coordinated investigation, and kudos to the law enforcement at the federal, state, and local level.
Absolutely. Phil, I know, we've done investigations like this. We've been involved in large-scale investigations. And there's always mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, right? And I can't point at any mistake that they made, but you always try things. You always take a direction. Let's try this. Let's try that. But you do follow a predetermined sort of checklist of things that you do that have worked in the past. And of course, one of the main things is securing video. Look how important, Phil, video became. We don't even have the cell phone information yet. I would imagine he has one, and I'm sure he did some stupid things. He probably did some stupid things with his cell phone also. Your thoughts on the investigation, Phil?
Yeah, Billy, I think the media push with the videos and the photos, the still photos, and talking about some of the evidence that was recovered, I felt that the walls were closing in on the perpetrator. We know that he may have had some conversations with a roommate regarding the firearm, trying to recover it. And then he apparently confessed to a relative, we believe possibly his father, who then contacted the local law enforcement. He was taken into custody. This was all done within 33 hours. I have to really tip my hat to law enforcement in this case, because they really were on top of things. They put out as much as they could. I think they were holding back on certain things because that's the way investigations go. You don't want to put too much out. But when time started to tick and they didn't have him in custody, they went public with some more video last night. And again, 33 hours, and this person was taken into custody. And I think that now there's still a lot of investigating to be done. A lot of the stuff that was examined and sent to labs, those testing results are not back yet. They will be coming back. And you pointed out something very, very important, Billy. His cell phone, his computer, what his social media contacts were, what was he talking about? And, when I look at him, I mean, this is on the surface. I don't know anything too much about him, but his general profile sounds to me like he didn't come from an abusive past or a criminal past. And it looks like somehow or another, he was indoctrinated with hate against Charlie Kirk. And we know that, the internet is a very sophisticated thing that provides a lot of information, but there's a dark side of it as well. And I think that when we do come with a background on this individual, we're going to find that there was some, dark chat room chatter discussions, and perhaps there may be other people that are going to be found culpable and liable for the planning of this assassination.
Absolutely. We got to go to the press conference. This was, of course, earlier today, but since we're covering it now, I don't want to ignore that.
Implied that he had committed the incident. This information was relayed to the Utah County Sheriff's Office and scene investigators at Utah Valley University. This information was also conveyed to the FBI. Investigators reviewed additional video footage from UVU surveillance and identified Robinson arriving on UVU campus in a gray Dodge Challenger at approximately 8:29 a.m. on September 10th, in which he is observed on video in a plain maroon t-shirt, light-colored shorts, a black hat with a white logo, and light-colored shoes. When encountered in person by investigators in Washington County on September 12th, in the early morning hours, Robinson was observed in consistent clothing with those surveillance images. Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years. The family member referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10th, and in the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. The family member also confirmed Robinson had a gray Dodge Challenger. Investigators identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. Investigators interviewed that roommate, who stated that his roommate, referring to Robinson, made a joke on Discord. Investigators asked if he would show them the messages on Discord. He opened it and showed several messages to investigators and allowed investigators to take photos of the screen as each message was shown by Robinson's roommate. These photos consisted of various messages, including content of messages between the phone contact named Tyler with an emoji icon and Robinson's roommate's device. The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contact Tyler, stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, messages related to visually watching the area where a rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. The messages also refer to engraving bullets and a mention of a scope and the rifle being unique.